Okay, live. We can hear and see everything that's going on.
Alright.
We're gonna have to edit that.
Yeah. Delete.
So, information window, USB.
Which one was the information window?
It's this eye.
Okay.
One looks like an eye up there. You can also get it from Tools, and it's called System Information. Somewhere down here. Yeah, System Info. Alright, so now it populated, right? And you go to all these little boxes in here have two buttons. One's for refresh. You know, it's like repull from the device what the status is. You know, and then it has a play button, which is you know, mess around with it.
To set it?
Yep.
So you hit the play button.
Yeah. So you uncheck enable DHCP. You know what DHCP is? That's kind of like the automatic. DHCP is like it comes set to enable DHCP.
Default or something?
Yeah, dynamic hyper something protocol. Anyway, the DHCP is like that's when you're on a network and you want the network to tell you what the IP address is going to be.
Right.
So you don't want that in our case, because we just want this stuff to communicate to it on its own little switch. Right?
Okay.
So I'm going to set an IP address on the DM of 192.168.1.150. Hit tab, and then
subnet, just leave.
Subnet's gonna pop up like this as soon as you hit tab from that, or if you even move away from that top IP address, the subnet will populate, and then we want it with these panels. These are called virtual panels. This is a V15, whatever. Those panels have to, the touches that you do actually communicates to the processor. But that it'll only get through the DM switch if private network mode is off. So you have to disable private network mode, and then you click apply, and then OK, and give it a second. Come on. Alright, so sometimes you have to do it a couple times on the DM switches. It's like it's just like that, Crestron is finicky. Apply. It should be saying something right now, but it's, yeah, there we go. So I just didn't wait long enough for that to pop up. Click OK. Changing private network modes, disabling VLAN, and it should reboot. So the first thing that we're really doing is we're making sure that all the Crestron devices can communicate to each other. Once they can do that, and we're sure of that, then we can start loading the code to the devices that need the code. The only thing that needs code is the processor and this DVPHD. And normally it would be the processor and a touch panel, right? But this is really the brain of the touch panel right here. And so the making sure that they can communicate is a twofold process. One is setting the IP addresses so that they can all communicate, and then the second part of that is IP table entries.
We're gonna get to that now.
Not quite yet. We're gonna finish setting all the IPs and make sure they pop up, and then
So you just have to set one more IP, or you have to give the touch.
No, I gotta set the processor and the touch panel.
The touch
Or
panel.
well, yeah, the DVPHD, and the touch panel should pull an address automatically from the DM switch. Okay, so now we know LAN A is active. That'll only be green if it's plugged into a switch. You know, if you unplug that cable, it'll be dark green like that one is. So we're good there. We're gonna close that. Unplug from this. Plug into that.
You're gonna get the information again.
Yep, information. And
I'm gonna say where
USB.
Let's go find it.
And it's retrieving data. These DVPHDs kind of run pretty slow. And it's green though because I got it plugged into the switch, so that's just a little indicator. It shows you that it's connected to something. See the IP table down here? You'll put in an entry that here and on the switch that matches the code. You know what I mean? When you program it, you say, I want a DVPHD in this code. You drop it in, and then you give it an IP table entry, and that's how the processor knows where to assign all those functions. You know, and that's how it will connect to it, is when you put the right IP table entry in. That IP, like say it's 14, IP ID 14. That then this thing says to the processor, hey, I'm IP ID 14. He goes, processor says, okay, I know what you're supposed to be able to do, and what and so whatever commands are going your way. It's kind of like how you have the serial ports on the back, and you've got serial port A, B, C, D. If you took like a projector that's supposed to be plugged into A, you plug it into B, it thinks that port is for something else,
right.
Like a biamp or something. So this is the way that you tell, because it's all over the network. You're telling one device that I match this part of the code. I line up with that, and it's still retrieving data. You should wait till it finishes doing that before you mess with anything. Because it doesn't take much to, usually they're, pretty solid. But pause the recording. Okay, so we've determined USB does not work. Going into the DVPHD serial. And serial is connected. There we go. Sweet. That was better. Those we should just make that a rule. Never use the USB on the DVPHD. So this one needs to be 135. So 192.168.
Why'd you make it 135?
Because our This is literally a touch panel brain. So the touch panel needs to be between 130 and 145 or something. We have an addressing format I can send to you.
Is what, 130 to 145?
Yeah, so I usually do 135 for my touch panels. I can email you that list too.
Is he smart?
So it's rebooting. Pause the recording. Alright, the DVPHG rebooted and has the correct IP address. Click OK. Now we're going for the processor.
So what was the first one we did?
The DM switch.
DM switch. DM switch was, what's the
IP address of the DM switch is supposed to be 150.
what?
You start at 150, and that one you have to jump like 30 in increments of 30. So if you have more than one DM switch, probably the next one would be 180. Or yeah, 150, 180, 210. Alright, so now I'm connecting to the processor via serial.
You're just going to do the same thing.
Yeah. This one has 2 LAN ports. And the first LAN, A, is the one that is connected to their network, and it's already set, so don't worry about that.
So what you want?
Yeah. Do we got a V12 or a V15?
15.
That's what I thought. Okay. So we want to go to LAN B tab, and we're going to set up LAN B for our network. 192.1.6.
No, this is the processors.
Yeah.
It's the processors.
120.
And then once we get this set up, then we can go out there.
Then we will check and make sure they're communicating, and if everything's communicating on the network, there we go. So now that LAN B is green, we got the red IP address on there. Now we should be able to plug in with the network cable.
Network cable.
And I thought I grabbed one. That black one. What did I do with it?
Had it around here.
Oh, that was the USB cable.
Is that long enough for you?
No. I thought I brought it in. I thought I brought it in here. I had a big long black one. Maybe I left it on the counter. What's that? Hey, we're recording this.
It's all about you.
Alright, so I'm going to plug into the switch. I got this switch back here, right?
The network switch?
Yep, the network switch. I'm going to plug into that.
Your Cisco?
I'm going to plug in to my computer. And then we got to make sure that our computer can talk to that stuff, right? So you do that by going to Control Panel, Network and Internet, and then you want to do Network and Sharing and change adapter settings. It was a lot easier back when it was
Change
adapter settings. So then you're going to see local area connection, which is your network jack on your computer. So you right click on that and go down to properties.
Hold on. What am I doing now? Okay, last step.
Right click on local area connection and go and select properties. Then this page will pop up.
Right that fast.
Sorry.
I'm shorthand. Okay, I right clicked on local area connections.
Okay, and selected properties. Then you go down to Internet Protocol version 4. Highlight that and select properties. Then this window will pop up, and it's just like what we were setting with the other devices, right?
Yeah.
It's IP setup, so we want it to be 192.168.1.85 is the one that I always use.
This is, now you're setting what?
I'm setting the IP address of my computer. And I had a really funky one in here from working up at Kohler, so I gotta get that out of here. So you want to be 192.168.1 dot something that won't. You can't have two devices on with the same number. So click OK and close. Then that will take a quick second. And why is this flaking out on me? Let me make sure that's right. Plug it back in because it should say connected here. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. Well, anyway, so you go back into this, right? And it's that little logo with the
Binoculars.
yeah, that's device discovery tool. So you can get to it either there or go click on Tools, Device Discovery Tool. Okay, something you're working with my network connection right now. Let me. Oops.
Maybe there's something wrong with my cable.
What's that?